Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Susie Jane Designs. In today's video, I'm going to be taking items that I had in my house already and kind of just giving them an update. They're not like old-fashioned or behind on the times or anything like that. Actually, some of these projects I just redid them in the fall last year before I started my YouTube channel. And I liked how they turned out at the time. It was super cute, but then I started realizing that they just weren't my favorite anymore. And I learned this new technique, and I am so excited to share it with you guys. Let me get something back here. So this is one of the projects that I made recently. I did not record making this one, because this is actually off of Cuban Curlzz. I will link her YouTube channel down in the description box below. I saw a video of hers where she made some of these cake stands, plant stands, whatever you want to call them. She made a couple of these and she showed a technique on how to make them look like galvanized metal, and I fell in love with them. And I really wanted to try making them myself. Obviously, she made them in her video, so I wasn't going to make a video of doing the exact same thing, but I wanted to try it out for myself before I made them. Now, this is how one of them turned out. This is the smallest one, and I am so excited about how well it turned out. Like, I'm obsessed with it. You can ask my husband. I have been like painting everything to make it look like galvanized metal now. I am so happy with it. Anyway, so this is the little one. Let me get the big one and show you guys real quick. Okay, so this is the big one that I made, and I pretty much just followed very closely to what she did in Cuban Curlzz video. I added a little things that were just a little bit different from hers on mine. She did add some like rust marks to hers, and once I got this part of my project done, I really honestly didn't want to add any more detail to it. I was super happy with how they turned out. All of that being said, to tell you that I am going to be using this technique on some of the projects that we're going to do today. So, super excited to share with you guys what we're going to be doing in today's video. So let's just get started.
Okay, so first we're going to start with this love sign, which I have literally had for like 13 years. It was originally this red color, but last fall I kind of dry brushed some of the elephant gray Waverly chalk paint over it, and I liked it because it matched my decor, but I do want to kind of change it up. I'm not crazy about it anymore. So I'm going to start by doing a good coat of the elephant gray to cover up all of that red that's showing through. I'm not sure exactly where you can still get these signs, but I did just see one almost exactly like this at Goodwill, so they are still around, but you can, biggest thing I wanted to do is show you this technique that you can take things that you have in your house already and you can change them up. So I want to make sure that I get a really good coat of this elephant gray, and I only did one coat though. I didn't need to do 2 coats. I'm not worried about painting the back of the sign because where I display this in my house, you never really see the back of the sign. Once that gray paint is completely dry, I'm going in with an old sponge that I cut in half and this acrylic paint in the color Metallic Sterling, and I'm just going to sponge that on. Now the key here is to make sure that you don't have too much paint on your sponge. You also want to make sure that you keep changing direction with the sponge so that you're not just doing the same pattern over and over again. And you want to make sure that you leave some of that gray showing through still. That's what's going to give it that galvanized look. And that is all there is to this first project. For this next project, I have this little cake stand that I got from the Target dollar spot last fall. It was this black color and I had painted it ivory and added some twine. It was cute at the time, but I'm ready to change it up. So I'm just starting by removing the twine and any glue residue left over. Now I'm basically repeating the same steps that we did on that first project. The only exception is that I did need to do 2 coats of the gray chalk paint in order to cover everything. And on this one, I didn't do the inside of the bottom, of course, because no one's ever gonna see that. But I did make sure to do the underside of the cake stand and get into all the grooves because I wanna make sure that this ivory color is completely covered up. And so again, once that gray paint was dry, I'm just sponging on that metallic sterling. I still made sure to do the underside with the silver as well. Just in case this is stacked on something at some point, I want to make sure that I'm covering all of those visible places. And that is all there is to this project. For this last project, I have these 2 candlesticks. There's one taller than the other, and they were originally like a dark brown color, and I had painted them ivory to match my decor. But now I want to switch them up, so I'm going to start by taking off all the twine and nautical rope and any glue residue left over from them. So I'm going to start with just that center ball portion, and I'm going to paint it in the elephant gray chalk paint. And again, once that was dry, I just sponged over it in that metallic sterling color. And I just repeated these steps on both candlesticks. And once these were completely dry, I taped off that center section with painter's tape. Now I'm going to coat the rest of my candlestick in Waverly chalk paint in the color white. This did actually take 2 coats of the white chalk paint to completely cover up that ivory. I wasn't super concerned about those areas where the paint peeled off when I was taking off the twine and the nautical rope. Because of the technique that I'm going to be using on this, I'm okay with those areas being a little bit darker if that shows through. And once both candlesticks are completely dry is when the fun part starts. I'm going to use my Waverly Antique Wax. The technique that I've seen for this, you can actually use wood stain for, but I really needed something that dried a little bit quicker, so I went with the antique wax. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a paper towel, you can use an old rag as well, and I'm just rubbing that antique wax all over the candlestick on any part that's white. And basically what this technique does is it gives your candlestick a wood-like appearance. It's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job. And of course you want to make sure that you get down into all of those crevices really well, which is where wood stain would be a little bit easier for this. Now, if you look at wood, it's never usually just one solid color. It has darker spots and lighter spots. So once that first coat was completely dry on my candlesticks, I went back in with my Waverly Antique Wax and hit those high spots and in those crevices to darken those up a little bit, and just some random areas to add some darkness to those as well. Once I was happy with the coloring, I went ahead and removed the painter's tape, and now we have a finished faux wood candlestick project.
We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. God, I'm praying I'm not alone in this air of hope. 'Cause I'm in love, you're a star, burning bright in my heart. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong.
So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I am super excited about the next couple of projects that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, which is why I have so many going on right now in various different stages of completion. But I'm so excited to get back into it and have, just a tiny bit more time right now before my kids start school. And my husband just came out of his last surgery, and he's doing really well. And we're just trying to get back into the swing of our life, even though his recovery is just now starting. But I'm excited to have, even that few more minutes that I didn't have before because we were running to so many different doctor's appointments. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for those of you that come back every week and watch these videos. It does really truly mean a whole lot to me, and the channel has done way better than I can imagine, that I could imagine that it would do. So thank you guys so much, and until next time, I'll be seeing you. In today's video, what are we doing? I don't remember. Oh, that's right. I know which one I'm recording now. See, this is what happens when you have to record multiple videos all in progress at the same time. You forget what you're talking about. Anyway, back to it. Here we go again. And action. In today's video, I am... Come on. In today's... What is on my lip? What is happening today? The ice cream truck? Really?